Ever wondered what separates the men who conquer the world from those who merely watch it pass them by? In a world where self-improvement reigns supreme, where do you stand on the spectrum of value? Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself for a jaw-dropping journey into the very essence of manhood. Welcome to Eternelle Amor, where we define confidence as more than just a state of mind. It's the unwavering belief in yourself that lights the path to success, love, and fulfillment. Our mission today is to unravel the stark difference between the high-value men and their low-value counterparts. In this enlightening video, Sadia Khan, armed with the psychology expertise, will take us on a captivating journey through the characteristics and behaviors that set high-value men apart. But be prepared, as this journey is not just about learning traits, it's about self-improvement and personal growth. So if you've ever wondered what it takes to be a high-value man, or if you're curious about the traits that high-value men possess, this video is your compass. Let's dive in.
Have complete and utter self-control. And what I mean by that is you try and control your mind, body, and soul in a way that will lead to positive long-term outcomes for you as a man. If you get to the gym and you eat right, your long-term body will appreciate that. If you save your money, you don't waste it on alcohol and clubs and this and that, your long-term self who will be able to invest in Netflix, not Netflix, NFTs and all that, whatever it is that businesses, your long-term self will appreciate that. If you're able to dedicate some time to some spirituality or something to disconnect from this world, your long-term anxiety will appreciate that. So a man who has complete and utter self-control and makes responsible decisions that serve him in the long run is truly high value. Somebody who can resist short-term desires and short-term temptations for long-term goals. Who can shake a man like that? A man who can resist having sex with every single woman because he doesn't want to get the wrong woman pregnant. Who can shake a man like that? Whereas a man with no self-control, any woman can distract him, any money can distract him, any opportunity can distract him. He is malleable. You can't be high value and malleable at the same time. So it's having an identity that's constructed on self-control that will make you high value. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how short you are, how rich you are, how broke you are. If you've got no self-control, you're a weak man, unfortunately. It's very difficult to have self-control. But if they can master it, they're incredible. He's a liability to you and your children. Yeah, and you have to remember that. So what it might look like is, if you lack self-control, it might look like indulging with other women. It might look like gambling your money away. It might look like eating and consuming the wrong kind of drugs or whatever it is. A lack of self-control will lead to a man down a path where he will no longer be able to recognize himself. Whereas self-control, he has a consistent identity from the day he's born until the day he dies, because he dictates his future. Even if he wants to have a day of no control, it was his choice. It was genuinely his choice. If it's 1 or 2 days where he wants to get drunk and but he's not subject to the environment or to people and to everybody else. He's influenced by what his long-term goals are. And if he's got, like, tomorrow I don't have to start early, I'm going to get drunk today, or you know what, I'm single, I'm just going to, today I'm just going to do what I want to do. No, I'm not judging that, because it's an element of self-control. But when it's like, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I need to watch pornography, or oh my God, I'm so this, unfortunately that man is self-destructive. And you can't have children with self-destructive men, unfortunately. Similarly with having women, I don't mean it's just for men. You cannot have children with people who are self-destructive, because it's contagious. And it will then go on to the children and so on and so forth. And so many people forget this when they're selecting partners. So let's say, for example, I choose a man who's a compulsive gambler. I've already chosen him. He already knows I have low boundaries. Wow. So I've already shown him I accept the unacceptable. So say if tomorrow he became a really great guy, he's not going to want me. He's going to outgrow this woman with no boundaries, who accepts the unacceptable. Women think he's going to be like, oh, I'm so grateful to my ride or die. He's really going to be like, I've outgrown this person, as he should. Because he shouldn't be with a woman that accepts the unacceptable, because she's not incompatible with the new him. Same thing with men and women. There was no boundaries. And it's like when you have a manager at work that lets you come in late, lets you, drink on the job, lets you take days off. If one day they stamp their authority, you're going to be like, I'm not listening to you. But when you decide to be better at your job, you're going to want a new workplace because you want better manager, you want better structure. So same thing happens in all human connections, unfortunately. I think what they classify as a high value woman is actually truly a narcissistic woman. And what they should be looking at is a woman who has intrinsic rather than extrinsic values.
Wow.
And what I mean by that is when you select a woman who enjoys explosive kind of attention from men, you're selecting a woman who will never be satisfied with you, unfortunately.
Wow.
And you're selecting a woman who relies on external validation for self-esteem. And that will never go in that woman. What you really should be looking at is a woman who has intrinsic values. And now these are things like how connected I am to my friends and family. How much do I serve my community? How much can I look after you and your well-being? How much self-esteem do I derive from having a purpose and loving those around me? Unfortunately, they look at what is packaged the best way. And that woman is, unfortunately, she's unattainable because she's emotionally broken. To require that much validation can't be healthy. And I say this as a woman who's online myself, and people could very much argue the same for me. But one thing I noticed is if I look at my DMs, they're endless, and I don't show skin, I don't show body. It's not that kind of content. So I think, and it annoys me. I'll see it and I'll just quickly, this is nonsense. So imagine being a woman who only posts things that create external validation. At least I'll get a few messages saying, I love your content, blah, blah. But you're just posting your body. You're just getting, I love your tits, I love your boobs. This is a woman who wants that. Why on earth would you think that woman is now going to be able to serve you and your family and your children in a wholesome manner? She's not equipped for it.
Watch the next episode.